Hello boys and girls, welcome, it's Coach Trace here. And today I'm gonna talk a little bit about complexity versus heroic. And I'm gonna focus on complexity's T side, talk to you about how important map control is and the importance of putting pressure on the CTs during the rounds, because this is one of the things that went wrong for complexity in this map, and yeah, one of the clear reasons why they managed to lose their own map pick versus Heroic, who were playing with their coach Saw. And let's enjoy this wonderful view as we fly in to the big breakdown. Let's go. And in this video I will be showing 3 rounds, and I'm going to do that because I feel like one round is just way too little material to actually work on. It could be a set strat, it could be anything else. You know, you have to mix your playbook up. But I thought I saw a pattern in this game from Complexity, a couple of mistakes in a row, which led to this loss against Heroic with the coach. And this is why I have the 3 rounds to break down. But if you're very impatient, one round will be enough for you. But I recommend that you watch them all. Complexity forcing up in this second round with Galils. A few nades, one deagle. There's a smoke from Heroic. And this is it. This is the pressure Complexity are applying to the ramp. Pretty much nothing, no nades, not even shooting, very quiet. And what you want to look at when you're on the T side, generally, you wanna do stuff in the round that gives you an advantage. Like, you have to manipulate things in the round, you have to take control of the round, push further onto the map, so you're pressuring the CTs into doing mistakes. You have to make them rotate. This is where mistakes happen, and you can actually utilize the space you have gotten on the map. And this is what we're going to look at today, why Complexity fails to do that in these rounds I'm going to show. So as we can see, no pressure whatsoever. Thesis, this is their own smoke. You know, he's just spamming a little bit, no pressure at all. He just chill a little bit. You know, there could be one in this smoke, so he's not completely safe, Thesis. But now it fades, and now Thesis and Heroic have complete control of ramp. And of course this does this. Okay, Heroic can still play 2 guys B. They have Nerds and Shush. Saw can easily play in middle. And if Kixan wanted to, he could also actually go a little bit more towards middle. As I said, because Thesis had so early information, also has a smoke. So yeah, let's just see how it plays out. JT goes back, and he does like the tiniest peek, but that is not gonna, scare Thesis away. As you can see, he keeps jumping. So the idea from JT is correct in this sense, but it's just way too vague. It's not good enough. It's just one flash. He's not gonna fake anything with this. He's trying to fake some pressure, but Thesis is not gonna, he's just gonna keep jumping, and Heroic will still have the information. Just quickly to break this down, this is obviously important, because if they push Thesis away from this position, make him back off, this will start a chain of events. Kixan will stay for sure. They might think they need Saw to help as well, and this will maybe at some point also get Shush back from this position. So at least you're gonna make the CTs rotate. But in this position, Thesis are just chilling. He's just jumping, so there's no need for any Heroic players to move at all in their position. So they're just chilling in their setups completely. They are just fine with it. They have a 2-man B setup, and this is exactly what you're hoping for when you're Heroic. No mid pressure at all. The mid is not Saw, it's just jiggling in this position. The whole round he has a flash for B lobby. So again, the point being, it's really important to understand this. They are not making the CTs move at all. Saw is just standing here the entire round. And mistakes happen when you start moving. When you start moving, you have to communicate, you have to make a new plan of the round, and this is where there can be a lot of chaos. So you want to get those CTs moving around the map. They have to talk on TeamSpeak. they have to make a new plan. This is where the mistakes happen. But in this round, all the heroic players are just chilling in their positions, just waiting for complexities to do some sort of move. So this is what you want from Rook. You have two guy deep B setup, shoots with an M4. He loses a duel and Nerds also dies. But again, that's besides the point. You know, when you look at these rounds, you have to look, okay, who actually has the advantage? And sure, we can agree then these positions are pretty good from Heroic. Two-man setup, they just lose the duels. So Complexity shot their way out of, a round. They're playing basically with no information in, and this is what happens in CS. You know, you just get the kills. But this is where the second mistake comes in from Complexity in this round. So we can see when they get these kills in B lobby, because they had this aggressive setup Heroic, they have the information so fast, and so we can see, you know, Heroic already have two men on B, so Complexity is just going into a site, with 2.5 men ready, and they're just actually losing a 5-3, pretty clean and easy. So what happens now is not actually the kind of mistakes I want to focus on, but I'm gonna just put it in there because it is a big mistake they're doing here. Because as you know, with the new Vertigo, the backup is so fast. Without this wall, he's playing yellow kicks and he can just, he's on B before Complexity is on B. So, and here comes the miscommunication from Complexity. JT has a flash. Of course, they should know this. Elish is flashing and he's jumping to the wall. While Holzog is in the middle of everything. JT is just standing with the flash. So Elish is hiding, Holzog is in the middle of everything. A flash, okay, JT pulls away the flash, decides to smoke instead. But Holzog, is in the middle of everything. Flop is not ready to trade, Elish is not ready to trade. And they just die one by one. Yeah, so this is more of a spacing issue for Complexity, a little bit of a miscommunication. You have to stay right next to each other, just swing together, or everybody just hide until you can get that flash from JT, or wait for the smoke if you want to do it. Or you could also go back, because the rotations are so fast on Vertigo that they could actually be 2-3 men left on the B side. Right, second example. Now Elish, of course they have full nades, now a little bit more pressure. Molotov, got the lurk smoke going. And this is decent pressure, the CTs don't know what's going on. So right now, really no team has any information. They blow the smoke, they get some information there. Few flashes. So again, right now decent pressure from Complexity, but it's a long round. And as we see, Heroic, they don't have any idea right now what's going on. For all they know, they could be up here, the terrorists. So right now, no harm really done. But the problem happens when these smokes start to fade. This is kind of... Let me see if I can try to explain it. When this smoke fades... Now, this is the timing Complexity should have inside their minds. It's 58 seconds left on the clock. At this point, when this smoke fades, this means Heroic can't get the information on ramp. It is possible for them to go out and clear it, and they can say, alright, we have all the information, we know it's not A, so let's just rotate to B. And at this time, when the smoke fades, it's possible for Heroic. So Complexity wanna find the timing. Right now they are towards B. Many men, some sort of B execute. But they need to go and execute before Heroic figures out what's going on in the round. And the window is, just getting smaller and smaller. And we can see they're comfortable playing these positions because Tezis is just jiggling with the smoke. He's holding it for the entire round. Saw is again not being pressured in middle. He's just chilling with flashes. And they're just comfortable right now playing two guys B. And the clock is just slowly taking down. Again, no pressure on saw, no pressure on A really. They haven't heard anything. And because complexity have not pressured anything, they haven't really pressured ramp, not enough. They haven't gone mid at all, and they also have not pressured B. They haven't really done anything in the round to gain any sort of advantage. They're just doing light pressure on A. Maybe they threw one Molotov in mid, but it's not gonna do anything. So they're just gambling with no information really, going B on an execute. And this is just very easy. Saw is just, standing with flashes. Here it comes. And that's how it looks. It's so easy for Heroic. They didn't really have to do anything in this round. They just sort of let complexity outplay themselves, just jiggling with smokes. Yeah, just luring them into the trap. And it is important for me to point out that there's not always one solution. You cannot take this control or pressure every place on the map all the time. It doesn't work like that, because it's also dangerous to get up here. Maybe two people. It's dangerous if you're getting repushed by the CTs. So a lot of stuff can happen. So a few rounds you have to make these executes in the blind. That's just how it is. But again, when it happens in so many rounds with this, failing to take control and apply the pressure, that's why I want to show it. But it can be, also risky to take this control. There are kind of pros and cons from both perspectives. And the last round I want to show. Yeah, nades. Also is holding the peak with orb. The usual stuff. Smoke from Heroic. There goes the smoke again. Now in this round, Nerds gets the entry, so this is already a little bit more difficult round from complexity. And this round it gets down to kind of a small details. We see complexity actually on the stands, they leave Holzerg to hold these pushes. There's no smoke. This is a scenario where Heroic might be, taking a looks ramp, getting down, just retaking it, get some information, and Holzerg is just staying here to punish them. Plus, he is holding the information that they didn't have in the previous rounds. He's just waiting, making time for these guys to go towards B. So right now it's looking decent. They have eyes on ramp, so they know, complexity know that Heroic don't know what's going on in the round. Not yet, at least, because Holzerg has the information. So 3 guys towards B. Holzerg, now he leaves. Goes back a little bit. So he stays here a decent amount of time. Yeah, 48, and he goes back to B. And complexity already ready to hit this B side. Nerds just playing alone, jiggling with a nade. And again, this is the timing. Now the timing for complexity is just, the window is getting smaller and smaller for them to do this B execute before Heroic figures out what's going on in the round. Because Holzerg just left the information. And as we know, these Heroic boys, these Danish boys, they like to do their info pushes. And when Schuss, there we got it. We got the peak. We got the information. No one's here. So these guys on the B side from complexity, they need to hit the window, before, when Holzerg leaves this position, they have to be a little bit faster, because this is what can happen, when there's nothing going on ramp, they can't hear anything, they decide to push it, they get the information, and when this happens, there's just really no chance for Heroic. Just see, like, they're ready, 3 guys on B, Heroic full on A, but as we can see what's just happening on the minimap, Heroic are still not going B, they're just waiting. They're not finding the correct timing at all, and there we go. 4 or 5 guys on B from Heroic. And you guessed it, it's a complete slaughtering, of course. Couldn't expect anything else. So to sum it a little bit up, you have to be really careful with leaving this A control. You have to know, okay, now we left A, So how long are we going to play without information? Because the longer we wait, the more time the CTs have to figure out what's going on in the round. And you see now it's 1:18. Just to show it one last time, the clock goes down, and this is all the time where Heroic theoretically could have an understanding what's going on in the round. And Complexity are just playing so long in the dark. No, they don't have any idea where any of the CTs are at. And the information on A has been open for so long. And yeah, it's almost, as you see, 30 seconds Complexity are playing in the dark. And generally, you wanna avoid playing this much in the dark and, you know, go mid, apply some pressure. More importantly, so go ramp, you know, put some more pressure, force these CTs back so they need to get, you know, maybe someone for a third rotation, make Shush go to the window. You know, just make them go around, make them rotate, make them do the tough decisions, and not just let them chill and chill in their positions. So I hope that was useful. Remember it in your games and you'll, you know, get those rounds. See you next time.